This week's episode of Quality Irrelevant is brought to you by Quantity Insufficient. Quantity Insufficient is a multiple award-winning and critically acclaimed podcast with over 85 billion unique downloads and a permanent spot in the iTunes and Stitcher Halls of Fame. In other words, it's much better than the steaming hot puddle of audio horse semen you're currently subjecting your eardrums and brain and mind to. Join your charming, immensely likeable and almost unnaturally handsome hosts Bill and Leo as they release a brand new episode once every 2.5 years, full to the brim with astonishing anecdotes, wonderful witticisms and brilliant banter, all delivered with the easy charisma of broadcasting professionals. Critics have called the hosts the concept of charm incarnated in the stunning, statuesque physical forms of a pair of glorious golden gods, whereas the hosts of this podcast have been referred to as incoherent troglodyte chuds with an extraordinarily loose grasp on both reality and the basics of human communication. If you're one of the 3 beings in the known universe who hasn't already, you can subscribe to Quantity Insufficient on iTunes, Stitcher and SoundCloud. If you want to listen to Quality Irrelevant, you'll have to dig up one of the floppy disks the hosts buried in an allotment in Basingstoke while Theo shouts at you with no trousers on. So listen to Quantity Insufficient, because fuck this podcast. I find it slightly humiliating that we have to advertise our rival podcast.
Hacks, I say.
We do kind of need that sweet Quantity Insufficient dollar coming in.
Well, are we like the first podcast ever that is officially sponsored and supported by another rival podcast?
I think so. We are nothing if not hooers.
I mean, that's an honorific in and of itself, right? That's something to be proud of.
I'm not sure it is. I think we should be deeply ashamed of ourselves.
I want to contest the accusation there that we have a loose grip on reality. I agree that that is definitely the case, but I would say that is a strength. That is a positive. That's where our ideas come from. It's what are they, like, should we be pragmatic and realistic and down to earth and, like, take stock of our lives and what we're doing and who we are? And oh, good God.
We should do a podcast about taxes rather than Patrick Fabian in the Power Rangers.
Maybe we should do a tax podcast and give, like, tax advice.
I'm not sure that would go well.
This is a good idea. This idea has legs. People who are struggling, maybe their education, didn't accommodate for these things. These are practical things that every grown-up should really know. When you enter the workforce, you should have, a strong sort of financial education, and the public system has kind of failed most people in that regard. So, we're there to provide a better level of education by telling people what to do with their money and how they should spend it. And give us your money. I want your money. Give us the money. So we don't have to fucking be sponsored by our fucking rivals.
Is that the name of the podcast? Give Us Your Money podcast?
I'm already writing that down. So, I think we're locked in on that. Okay, fine. I'll do a little bit of a snappy kind of thing.
Oh, this never works out well.
Welcome to Quality Irrelevant, the podcast that is like playing dress up on the internet. That was good. That was professional-like. What's it called when you've got like a short, little, like, snappy thing that's good for the ears when you're listening to it? Good.
Ear-goodening.
I'm a bit surprised that our little guest there didn't jump in and tell me what it is, considering you may or may not have a background in radio. Has Chris gone?
Oh, so you were talking to me. I zoned out there.
Chris just hasn't been paying attention so far.
That's the best intro. That's the best introduction. Oh, God. Okay. No, we can't go off the rails so quickly. Okay. Right. Eagle-eared viewers there might have noticed another voice there. Hello.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hello.
Right. What's this? A little boy has wandered into the podcast. It is Chris.
Hello.
Where did you come from? Coming off the street like a little orphan in the rain?
Just lurked in the corner.
He's not a hostage.
Definitely not.
Yeah, he's not like another hostage that I've got.
I mean, in some ways, we have now taken his voice hostage.
Well, I did think during that bit where he wasn't speaking that, Chris, I may have stolen your voice in like that little pot that the gentlemen have in that episode of Buffy.
Oh.
I'm not sure we could do a silent episode of the podcast.
That's been done. I have downloaded a silent podcast before. It was everything I thought it would be.
And yet less.
And speaking of things that are less than you expect them to be, Chris, why don't you introduce yourself to the lovely children who listen?
Okay, I am someone who's been unfortunate enough to be lumped with both Theo and Phil for most of my adult life, and I have escaped to the barren wilderness of the north to avoid them both.
Yes, you lie outside the district of Basingstoke, but don't worry, we're going to correct that with some ideas that I've got coming up later.
I don't know how you've lured me back down here, but...
Well, we're all happy to have you, and we hope that this is the beginning of something special. I mean, we've not recorded in a while, Phil. It's been a few weeks.
It has.
We dropped the fucking ball, I think is the term.
We did drop a significant bollock there.
We shat the bed, I think is the eloquent way of phrasing that.
We pissed all of our progress up the wall.
But it's fine, we're back.
Hello.
We're here. Oh God, this is so good. We haven't done this in so long. I've got weeks worth of frantic sexual energy all stored up to unleash all over the face and hair of this podcast.
No, yes.
We're going to decorate this podcast like it's never been decorated before.
I'm just thinking back to the fact that we prostituted ourselves out to our rival podcast. I don't want this to be offensive towards actual prostitutes. I want this to be like a dark, gritty, like Ken Loach style film. Like, this is what podcasters have to do. This is the life they lead. This is how you end up in this place. It's not like all glitz and glamour and being taken to parties by conservative MPs and stuff. It's like, no, down in the gutter, you know, down where things are hard, you got to get on your knees and just do it. Do a fucking podcast, even if it gets all in your hair and on your skirt.
You wearing a skirt, Theo?
Not this week, but I have a nice selection. I take the clothing from other people's bedrooms. So...
Oh, is that where my dress went?
Well, yeah, so that accounts for why I have the... Like, that's fine! Okay? That's fine. This is all fine.
It's all fine.
This is good. So the reason why you're here, Chris, because there is a reason, I've got a plan. I felt like I was losing my grip.
Okay.
And I felt I was taking Phil with me. We began the podcast and he was sort of... You know, Phil, how would you describe it? Like an unwilling hostage, like a.
Are any hostages willing?
Willing hostages? You will answer. You will be the answer to that little riddle, my friend.
Isn't that Stockholm syndrome?
Well, Phil, would you consider yourself a victim of Stockholm syndrome?
Yes, no. Just tell me what you want me to say.
Complicit. That's the term. Phil has become complicit in these ideas. So you're like the one step removed from that. I thought, right, get a third one in there and maybe that will take the edge off. Maybe we'll like even each other out. Maybe it will balance things out a bit. Or maybe you'll just become victim. No, I mean like you won't be victimized by this podcast is what I'm saying. You're going to be like the what? Phil, help me out here. You know, think of a group dynamic that isn't harmful.
This is how I see it, right? Okay, so Theo is in many ways the Joker.
Yeah.
I then, in that analogy, definitely would be Harley Quinn. I was previously a normal, and then Theo did weird stuff to me in Arkham Asylum, and then I went crazy and became a clown lady, beat a man with a baseball bat, did all swearing at Batman, and then there is a comic book character called the Joker's daughter who you are definitely going to become. And just to give you a quick précis of what she did, she at one point fished the Joker's severed face out of a river and stapled it over her own.
Oh.
So that is what you are going to be doing, but in audio form.
Okay.
You are going to be stapling Theo's river wet face over your own audio face.
Wonderful. I'm now just comparing it to Face Off. That's how I'm now imagining it.
So Theo is Nicolas Cage and you are the John Travoltas.
Could we do a face-off where it's not faces, it is penises?
That's a different thing.
Well, is it a different thing though? Because like we could get my penis cut off and then Chris is put on And then everyone's like, oh, that's Chris.
Do many people identify you purely by the penis?
That's how I know Theo.
You do often just shove it through a hole in a wall, don't you?
Because then we could call it jack off.
That's a long way to go for a stupid joke.
How dare you? How dare you? Minutes into the new podcast, we've got guests. This is polite company.
You see, Chris, it's like an abusive relationship. I'm not allowed to call him out in front of company.
I'm going to smack you upside the head. Okay, well, this has been a bitter disappointment so far.
Well, you said you wanted it to be like a Ken Loach film, and then like a bit of wife beating to make that happen.
Now you've made me feel sad.
I don't like this situation where now I am apparently your wife.
Well, I mean, that was always the trajectory. I mean,
I feel very uncomfortable with this.
How about we move into recriminations and sentiments?
In many ways, it is a sorbet, a palate cleanser.
Why? What? Can you just have sorbet on its own as like a main?
No. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, why is that a no?
What do you mean, like, just a sorbet as a main course?
Yes.
I'm just trying to get my head around it. Someone just present you a plate and it's just full of sorbet?
Yeah, like a big pile of it, like mashed potato in Close Encounters. What's wrong with that?
Because you just won't taste anything.
Hang on, what type of sorbet?
Lemon.
Lemon?
Yeah.
I think you're allowed that.
Okay.
I'm going to be controversial. I'm going to say that you are allowed a big plate of lemon sorbet as a main course.
So, like a fistful of lemon sorbet being shoved down your throat, that's what our interactions with our audience, our listeners, our viewers, that's what it's like.
Yeah, ram a lemon sorbet up the viewer.
Fucking hell, I mean, it's not pleasant dealing with the plebs. Chris, you might not be aware of this, but the section that we've got coming up, recriminations and sentiments, that is the time in which our viewers get to write in and tell us what they thought and what they think and who they are and what they're about, and we get to block them and never hear from them again, in theory.
Definitely our viewers always...
That's the story.
Good.
So, oh God.
Are you dying?
I am a bit.
Are you eating those lemons as we speak?
I'm struck with grief, betrayed on my own podcast. Shall we begin with the recriminations and the sentiments for this week?
Let's do that. I need a big plate of sorbet right now.
Chris, do you want to go first? Because I assume you brought some.
No, I didn't. I've done no preparation whatsoever.
None preparation from Chris. Well done, Chris.
Well, that's a black mark going in the little book.
Yep, you got a big cross next to your name in the register.
I swear I asked, do I have to do anything for the show? And I was told, nope, just turn up to Basingstoke and chat. And that's enough.
And what great chat it has been, I would have to say.
And now this.
I think he's getting a bit feisty. That's good.
That's good.
That will factor in to some of my plans later. Right, Phil, you can shoot from the hip.
To be honest, Theo and Chris, I think these are recriminations. I'm sorry to say.
That's the bad one, Chris. You need to go, ugh.
Oh, also I don't like that one. I don't like boo.
Yeah.
Boo.
You're learning quick.
Say what we tell you to say. Okay, so the first one just reads, there is a caste system. You will be looked at as a bottom feeder no matter what you bring to the table. They are disorganized bullies who don't want to see you grow within the audience. And they'll give you pennies because to them you aren't worth much else.
That's not too bad.
I think that was aimed at you, Chris.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
You are a disorganized bully.
Yeah.
Wow.
I really think they're calling you out there. I mean, I don't know if I'd take that.
How did they know I was going to be on the show?
Well, they always have ways.
Yeah. Don't forget about the ways, Chris.
Oh, damn. That just slipped my mind, those ways. Have you been leaking information again, Theo?
No. No, I'm just putting out a quick press release. Call Chris a bottom feeder again.
Theo is in many ways the Julian Assange of just this podcast.
They're both pale and have long hair, so...
Therefore the same.
Yeah, I mean, that's a controversial statement right there. I don't know what's going on with the Julian Assanges. It seems like it's all gone a bit whoopsie-daisy there.
I think he's moved to space now.
In fact, is this Julian Assange? Is this a recrimination from Julian Assange himself?
It could be.
Julian the Assange.
Julian the Assange.
Can we, block him from the podcast? He seems to, snake around these things.
Well, he's hacker, isn't he? So he hacks into things.
He's also sort of been blocked from the US, so...
Anyway, fuck that guy. Chris, you're not a bottom feeder yet until later later on. Phil, what's the next one?
The next one reads, the hosts think they are God's gift to Earth. They have filed bankruptcy like 3 times and are way too old to do that much coke. There is zero separation between editorial and marketing, and nearly all the content is dictated by ad clients. There was a rat infestation in the office at the time I worked there. A seriously shady place in so many ways. So I think that might have been from a former intern that we don't speak of anymore.
I mean, how many were left alive?
I'd say about half.
I was about to say how many were left with the power of speech, but I guess you don't really need to speak in order to convey that. How many left with intact fingers?
I mean, you only need one finger, technically.
I'm pretty sure I got them all.
Did you, this might have been a rookie mistake, Theo, did you get the toes as well?
Ah, shit, the toes.
See, that's where you went wrong.
God damn it. Okay, Chris, can you take a note? Okay, remember to get the toes.
Remember to get the toes.
Are you pretending to type?
That's how I type.
Do you do it with one finger at a time?
It says, remember to get the toes.
Do you do it with one toe at a time?
That's because, I was an intern with you guys and, oh shit, I've given the game away.
You do know that every single time you say shit like that, that goes in the wiki, and then that's like part of like canon. So that makes sense as to how we came across you, but now it means in all subsequent ideas you have no fingers.
Yes.
Yeah, so if Chris has no fingers, how is he gonna type things?
That really fucks up an idea I've got coming up in a bit. Okay, Chris, I'm just going to retcon that. Can we have like an Infinite Crises event or something where like another version of Chris merges with this version of Chris and just the fingers?
Yeah, I think an Infinite Crisis event just happened.
Okay, Chris, you've now got your fingers back, but you only have fingers and you don't have any toes, and where your toes should be, there are fingers.
So do I have fingers on both my hands and my feet?
Yes. And that will now be the story, okay, that we go with.
Essentially, isn't that Beast's power from X-Men?
Yeah, it's pretty handy.
Okay, no, sorry, we might be running into copyright issues there. So
shit.
You don't have fingers on your feet. You have crab claws instead.
On my feet.
On your feet. Your feet are crab claws.
No.
Chris, if you're ready to put your crab feet away, we can move on.
Yes, I can do that.
Phil, have you any more?
Yeah, there's one more. It's quite a short one, this one. It just says, worst podcast ever. Would never return to this place. It is a biblical Sodom. So I should point out at this stage that none of these were actually reviews of the podcast. They were insider reviews of what it's like to work at the fashion magazine Flaunt.
Is that some kind of coded message?
No.
I'm going to do some research on this. Oh, you didn't lie to me.
No.
Oh, that's the thing. What is it? Tell me about
I
it.
don't know. You said the topic of the week was flaunt, so I just Googled flaunt.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Did you tell me what the topic of the week was? I didn't get anything.
Oh, yeah. Chris, there may be some documents I should share with you.
They're on a floppy disk buried in an allotment, so just go find them.
Okay.
Theo might shout at you with his trousers off, but it's fine.
Yeah, we'll do like a follow-up kind of thing. Phil, take a note. We'll do follow-up with Chris next week.
Okay, hang on. Do follow up next week. Done.
Are you pretending to type?
No. Sorry, I had an incident where my hands got replaced with sledgehammers.
Didn't that happen to Patrick Fabian one week?
That was shovels.
Right, I have some recriminations and sentiments. Shall I plough on ahead with mine?
Do it.
Okay, this is definitely a sentiment here. Hi guys, long time listener here. Just wanted to drop you lads a little note to say thank you for all the great content, excellent chat, and hilarious schemes. I always tune in while I'm working to catch the latest crazy ideas and guaranteed belly laughs. How you keep churning this shit out with no noticeable drop in quality, brackets pun intended, is beyond me. Keep at it. Love and kisses, your friend and murderer, the Butcher of Basingstoke.
Aw.
That's nice.
He's a good guy.
Sweetheart.
Yeah, he's really become a true fan of the podcast. Just goes to show you can't believe everything you read about someone in the papers.
Or how many people he kills.
Okay, so just keep that in mind, viewers, if we ever get found out.
To be honest, I was wondering why I had to put an autograph on a severed arm and send it in the post. It makes a lot more sense now.
I'm surprised he sent you the arm.
Yeah?
Because he sent me the head.
Was it someone recognisable?
Well, it didn't have a face.
Oh. Was it stapled onto Chris's face?
No. It was just the head cut in half with the back of another head taped together. So you just had like a complete head experience.
I like the fact that you call it an experience.
For me, it was an experience.
It's almost like you are in marketing. Oh, the full head experience.
Anyway, I've got a recrimination here, unfortunately.
Oh.
Well, actually, you know what? I'm not sure. This could be a query.
This isn't recriminations and sentiments and queries.
Okay, well, it's going to have to do because it's all I've got, Phil.
Okay, fine.
Okay, right. Hello, quality irrelevant team. I'm currently standing trial for exposing my naked penis to an unsuspecting crowd whilst I tugged at it furiously with the intent to release a stream of my gentleman's relish over the faces and hair of the onlookers. Upon accomplishing this task, the consistency and overall quality of my semen was judged to be inadequate by the arresting officers, and so I will likely see a guilty verdict for the crime of being a liability to the human gene pool and obstructing our inevitable evolution into bodiless, superhuman, ethereal forms. Upon learning the name of your podcast and I saw it scrawled on the underside of the communal prison toilet bowl, I knew I had to get in touch. Do you have any advice for one such as myself?
So what's he looking for advice for?
Well, I mean, what do we have to say about this atrocity?
I think probably eat more rice pudding because it might help thicken that load up.
I've heard pineapple juice for flavour.
For flavour. You think it was the flavour? So when the crowd had their tongues stuck out.
Now, how do you stand in a crowd, Theo? Like, are you not ready to lick at will?
That's our Chris, always ready to lick.
I guess he didn't say if he was a smoker. So in that case, then pineapple juice, yeah, possibly would help. That's a good tip. There'll be more Chris's semen tips next week.
I mean, that's secretly the reason that we got you on. We needed a semen expert for this week's podcast.
Well, you've come to the right guy.
And is that a pun?
Cut that out because it was a joke.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to respond to this guy by just saying that his first mistake was not carrying a vial of superior quality backup semen on your person that could have been produced when arrested.
But when would he have produced that? Would he have produced that, or would he have stolen it from someone else who can produce the higher quality?
Yeah, it would not be his own. Yeah. Sorry, you're right to bring that up. Do not carry your own semen in a vial to be worn around the neck by a fine chain. Instead, find someone else with better semen than yours. So then, when asked to produce, boom, there. And also, if you ever want to, sort of contaminate a crime scene, like if there's some kind of like DNA thing going on there, you might just want to, have like another set like right there, just in case.
Oh, like How to Make a Murderer.
Like How to Make a Murderer, exactly. Keep it in a lab somewhere, so you can always go to that vial when it's like, I did it again.
And because everybody loves the guy who has backup semen.
I'm going to right this train. I'm going to get this mad horse back on the tracks. I'm going to grab it by the reins and give it a really good seeing to from the behind.
That was a horrible way of putting things.
That's all fine. Okay. I had an idea. I thought, right, it's been a tough year. There are things that are happening in the world that we're not going to get too specific about, but things are happening in the world of politics. There's unprecedented change. There's political turmoil. People are unsure. They're worried about what the future will bring.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree?
Yes.
Good. That's good. I'm glad. But, we've been all feeling a bit down, like, the world, it's not what I wanted. Oh, dear. So we should make people feel good, right?
I suppose.
That's our jobs as entertainers.
Is that what we are?
As pundits, as public figures, as the people on the internet.
Commentators.
Yeah, that's our role, to sort of make people feel better about themselves.
Oh, I thought we were internet trolls.
We're
not internet trolls.
now that you mention it, I have realised what we're doing is somewhat indistinguishable from trolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a shame, because I thought we had some ideas. Okay, well, we'll see where this goes, but I think it's still good. But yeah, you are making me question my existence in quite a profound way. God damn, that really...
Took the wind out of your sails.
Just thinking about all the tweets that we sent out, and...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking back on that with fresh eyes, with a perspective anew. Anyway, fuck that. So, people are worried about what the future will bring. We need something to unite us. To bring people together, a symbol, something that will not drive people apart anymore. The world needs a hero. We're holding out for a hero. Chris.
Oh.
Like Bonnie Tyler.
Yes.
And I think that you should be that hero.
I disagree.
How come?
Because I'm quite a divisive figure. I split opinion quite regularly.
What? You're the darling of Basingstoke.
No, I've got a dark side, Theo. A bit like Batman.
Well, that's going to really fuck up this idea.
Was your idea be Batman?
No, because then that would be good. Okay, well...
Go ahead.
So you contest the idea of being a hero. Well, we'll see.
It is always the people who don't believe themselves to be heroes who are the most heroic.
That was...
Thank you.
Exactly. Profound
Thank
words
you.
there.
End the podcast.
My idea. Chris is Captain America. I assume you're stunned.
Yeah.
That's a word for it.
I'm just taking this super soldier serum right now.
Oh, no. You gotta wait for that.
Oh, okay.
You gotta wait for that. We've got some of that and all. You don't want... No. Okay, this is a good idea. Without getting too specific, things in America are going on a bit. It's not too good. So we need you to be the hero to save us all. What do you fucking say to that? And don't say you're Batman.
Don't say I'm Batman. Well, that makes life a bit tricky.
Yeah, Batman can't be Captain America.
Captain Batmerica.
So you essentially want a Brit from Basingstoke to go over to America.
No.
Tell them all to shut up and get along together.
And then punch Hitler.
If by go to America you mean go to Basingstoke Town Square, then yes.
Okay. And that's meant to solve America's problems.
You listen to this, and you tell me if you think they're not going to get wind of this, okay? Mm-hmm. We go to Basingstoke Town Square and announce that we have developed a super serum for a super soldier.
I will put on a brilliant German accent, like the Stanley Tucci in the Captain Americas.
Well, Phil, you might want to watch out for that, because this is something that will turn the tide in the war against Hydra and the Nazi forces, so just make sure you're wearing a big sign that says not a Nazi on it.
I will.
Or else you might get,
I mean, is it a problem that my head is a big red skull?
You might want to cover that up with like a mask that looks indistinguishable from like human...
I'll put a hat on. It's fine. I'll put a hat on.
Just a hat? Yeah. Okay, fine. So we say, we've got a super serum for a super soldier. Never mind the guy wearing a hat. That's not a red skull. And then, Chris, we bring you out strapped to a gurney with your chest exposed so all the ladies can get a good look.
Of course. You don't have a comic book film without a bit of male torso, do you?
Exactly. So how do you feel about that?
Oh, so good so far.
Okay, well, mind how you go, because it's a bit nippy out this time of year, so...
Oh, well, I'm a hardy Basingstoke lad, so...
I will be just throwing ice chips at you as well.
Yeah.
Just for that extra challenge to make sure that you are definitely a hero.
Well, that's the traditional Basingstoke greeting.
Yep, ice chips in the face.
If you're lucky.
Well, Chris, I like your attitude. It's very Captain America of you. That's very Steve Rogers, but I sort of need you to appear weak and pathetic.
Yeah, and that's not a problem. Not a problem at all, Theo.
Okay, good.
I'm all over that.
So as we're shoving ice chips down your trousers, then that means you're just wearing those, by the way. Mm-hmm. Everyone is aware. It's like, oh, okay, he's not that impressive yet. But that's okay because you're not Captain America yet.
Okay.
So it's okay that you're not very impressive.
Yes, just like Captain America before the drugs.
Because most people, Chris, need CGI to be a superhero, and he needed it the other way around.
Oh, yes, that's true.
Me and Phil will be there in lab coats, and we'll be preparing the patient, performing the experiment. Ladies and gentlemen, you are about to witness history in the making. A true hero who can beat back the hordes of the Hun. We give you Captain America.
Yeah, hail Captain America.
What is that? Some jingoistic rhetoric you're just going to throw out there?
Yeah, I was just getting in the spirit of the whole thing.
Okay, well, I will allow that because that's the moment when you stick Chris in the arm with the syringe.
I'm happy to do it.
So in goes the syringe. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. In it all goes. You do the thing where you scream a bit and thrash around. I'm surprised you haven't asked what's going in your arm yet.
No, I've just got complete faith in both you and the man with the cap over his red skull.
Well, just so you know, we didn't develop a super soldier serum.
I thought that might be a bit beyond you, to be fair, Theo.
Well, I took some books out of the library and you couldn't really understand some of them.
I read some comic books. Didn't really help that much. Something about gamma radiation. I don't know how you get that.
Well, Phil, you are more of a historian, a humanities professor of the superpowered. Your forte isn't in the sciences. So instead, we've substituted it, okay? Because that's what America does. We substitute things for things that aren't as good. What is the most American substance that you can think of?
High fructose corn syrup.
Not bad, Chris.
Morphine?
You'd love it if it was morphine. You're not getting any of that, though. No.
Don't try and trick us, Chris.
You know how much I like morphine.
Theo, cut that bit out and then send it to Chris's employers.
You're now canonically a drug addict on the podcast. Although that would explain how I've press-ganged you into this. No, the most American substance that we could get hold of, we've blended together about 3 boxes of Krispy Kremes.
It's not bad.
America.
So we got about 3 boxes of Krispy Kreme donuts into an IV bag, and we're just pumping you full of it, mate.
Mm-hmm. And it's not having the desired effect.
Well, you'll gain mass.
Just the wrong sort of mass.
I'm pretty sure you just die if you did that, to be fair.
Oh!
I don't think I just get fatter as you pump donut into my veins, straight into my veins. I'm pretty sure I just die.
Well, what you're not taking into account there, Chris, is that you have the heart of a hero.
Yes.
No.
Therefore, you'll become a big fat from all the donut we're putting in your arm.
This sounds dangerously like, what's his name? The Juggernaut, or from the X-Men, whose superpower is just being really fat.
The Blob.
Oh yeah, that's him. There you go. Scuppered that idea.
Superhero.
Copyright infringement.
I would say, Chris, like Phil said, I don't think you need the serum, mate. I mean, it was all about the good that was inside Steve Rogers all along.
Yeah, but
I mean, right, Phil? I mean, that's what Stanley Tucci said.
Something like that. There was a musical number, possibly.
Yeah, and then he poked him in the chest.
Yeah, and went, "You are very good. Well done."
Yeah, so you do that to Chris.
Okay.
I mean, explain to me exactly why this wouldn't work, Chris.
Drop science on us, bitch.
because I would just die.
I don't. What do you mean you would die? That's not the American way. Don't just drop dead.
You clog my veins with donuts.
That's no excuse. That would not fell your average American.
Yeah, who would hear this in a court of law? You'd be thrown out, mate.
I mean, we come up with some good ideas. You're so ungrateful.
No.
Can I point out a slight flaw in this plan?
I don't know.
In the comic books, Captain America is currently a massive Nazi.
What?
It turns out he's been like Hydra forever, so that's bad.
Chris, why did you become Hydra?
Because you fed me full of donuts.
Oh, and that turned you off him.
Yeah, well, and you also forced this on me without really telling me, and then the Nazis were all like, "Hey guys, you didn't have to be so fat. That's Theo's fault." And I'm like, "Damn that Theo!" And the Nazis are like, "Yeah, damn him."
I didn't think of that.
God, it really doesn't take much for someone to just drive you over to being a Hydra, does it, Chris? Just because we pumped you full of all of the Krispy Kremes.
Why does everyone I know and love leave me for Hydra?
Just a better alternative, Theo.
Okay, well, fine. In the meantime, though, when you're still being the Captain America of the Americas, before your inevitable death, apparent death, in the meantime, I've put in a little bit of a treat for you in this idea, okay? Because whilst you're thrashing around for a bit, we get to unveil you. Because out of a cloud of steam, I guess, out will step Captain America. And the audience, because I imagine they're an audience now, will gasp. Some will faint. Some of them will be sick out of excitement, I imagine.
And drunk.
Because it's Basingstoke, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Accurate.
well, as your first act of Captain America, you can, like, sort him out. I know that's not his MO, dealing with street-level crime, but you did say you moonlight as Batman, so maybe that's...
Batman doesn't sort drunks out.
He doesn't?
Oh.
So if I wanted to rob a bank, all I had to do was be drunk, is what you're saying.
Yeah, but drunks don't rob banks.
Well, I beg to differ. What I'll be getting up till tonight.
That is a very bold statement, Chris.
Yeah.
That drunks do not rob banks. I think I will need to prove you wrong now.
Go on.
I mean, we're doing a podcast. I can't just go and rob a bank now.
Get drunk and rob that bank.
Anyway, it's all fine. You're arguing from an idealistic point of view, which works because you're Captain America this minute. So that's all fine. That's cohesive. And also, this is the good part, Chris. All the ladies will get wet underpants for you, mate. Like when they see you.
This gigantic blob.
Yeah, because beforehand they weren't into you, but now that woman, Natalie Dormer, might be there because she was in Captain America, right? She did a thing for Captain America for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's also local to the Basingstoke area.
Exactly. So she will be there, and she'll have like her hand down her trousers, going, "Oh, fucking hell, I'm fucking dripping."
Yeah, nothing crude about that.
Yeah, when
nothing...
she sees you, Chris.
Oh, I'm bloody fronting myself off now.
Exactly. This is so good.
Look at that bloody Captain America. Oh.
This is so good, Chris. I mean, come on, aren't you pleased?
I'm thrilled.
There we are.
Thrilled.
He's thrilled, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay! Thrilled at the idea of Natalie Dormer fudding herself off over a big fat fucker whose arm is full of donut.
In my mind, he wasn't fat. I thought this would turn him into a super soldier. Okay, I'd like to point that out. I did not foresee this. I thought it would work, is what I'll say to the audience.
I thought this would work.
Yeah.
Boo.
I'm sorry, Chris. Oh, I shouldn't use your name on stage in front of... Oh, wait, no.
Oh, you've given it away.
Everyone knows who Steve Rogers is. Fuck it. It's Chris from Basingstoke. And then you can step down off the stage or podium or whatever the hell we got. Yeah, there's a podium now. And you get to fight crime, essentially.
Yeah, go find a crime.
I thought I was fighting the Nazis.
Crime Nazis? Criminal Nazis?
Nazism is a type of crime.
So then you'll get to patrol against a Nazi threat. And me and Phil will be Bucky.
Both of us.
Yeah, we're both dressed like Bucky. Bucky 1 and Bucky 2.
I already have a metal arm.
Well, no, that's the Winter Soldier, mate. We're like
sorry.
12-year-olds in like blue and red.
And masks that go, oh, gee, Captain America.
Yeah, so we'll be doing that as Chris, as you patrol.
Can I patrol?
You're not very enthused about this.
Yeah, no, like I said, thrilled.
You're gonna put the role in patrol. Cause fat.
So
Natalie Dormer.
Have we finished with this idea yet, or are we still going with it?
No. You've banked this time, but it's still going.
Or is it?
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to piss all over our cornflakes, but we are not having it.
How are you stopping me from pissing on your cornflakes?
Pinching the end.
Oh, I really wish I hadn't asked that. I really wish I hadn't asked that.
Okay, Chris, I will give you some artistic license here. Your shield. What are we going to do about that?
Do we have enough material big enough to make him a shield?
I'm going to be honest with you. No.
No.
If we get like a hula hoop and stretch some bin liners across it, is that alright?
Bin liner hula hoop? It's not bad.
Bin liner hula hoop.
I was thinking, Chris, what you can do, and this is why it's important that you've got fingers. You could like put out your hand. You can put out your hand, put your fingers together, and then we'll like paint a star on that. And then that's your shield. Yeah, so it's like, whoa, Mjolnir will come at you and just
bash it away with the big fat hand.
You don't seem too pleased about it. I thought that was a good idea.
No, I'll give it a miss this time.
Fine. Okay, Chris, I think what you're missing here is you don't have a villain. You don't have a villain to fight. Because great villains aren't born, they're made.
No, there's very few great villains in the Marvel comic books at the moment. There's like one.
Okay, who's your villain then?
Someone who can walk relatively fast.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
How about this? We get a homeless, okay? One of the mental ones, so it's okay. And we burn their face off. Phil likes this idea.
It's fine to burn a mental homeless's face off.
Do you not like that bit?
Heard worse on the show.
Already, yes. Well, I've got a plan all laid out. We'll go to a McDonald's. You jump the counter.
Can I jump over things?
Well, yeah, because in my mind, you're still a super soldier. I think you can do this. You've definitely got the mass to, anything that's in your way isn't going to be there for very long. I would have thought.
You could just run at the counter and it will be just shrapnel by the time you get through it.
Yeah, and if they complain, you can pull rank because you're a captain, so they'll back off. And then you go over to the security door and then you can smash the lock off with the edge of your shield.
Yes.
Brackets hand.
Yeah, just like he does in the film. Smash! And it comes off. And then because outside in the alleyway, me and Phil will have press ganged a homeless into waiting by the door. You grab him and shove his head right in the fryer. Boom! Instant Red Skull.
I thought Phil was the Red Skull.
You work your way up to the real one. This is like a double.
Yeah.
This is like that bit in Captain America where he's fighting Hitler on stage. He didn't really fight the real Hitler. They couldn't get him. It's too difficult a booking.
So I feel like you're not entirely sold on this, and I think it might be because of the violent nature of shoving a homeless's head in a fryer.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you an alternative, because you're in McDonald's already. What you have to do is you have to grab an apple pie and just squirt the filling in the homeless's face.
Oh, so it's still involving burning off a homeless man's face?
Yeah, I mean, in many ways, the inside of a McDonald's apple pie is hotter than the oil in a fryer, because it is the hottest thing in the known universe. It is hotter than the core of the sun, but I feel like it's probably a less aggressive act.
Can I eat what remains of the apple pie afterwards?
Oh yeah, you can eat all the pastry. You just need the hot molten filling to go in his eyes and nose and all over his skin and hair and create the Red Skull.
Yeah, that's doable.
Okay,
you do that.
We've got it. Yeah.
Okay.
That is verbal contract signed. You have to squirt an apple pie on a homeless.
I feel like you're not on board with this in the way that I thought you would be. I would have thought the invitation to become a super soldier would be sign me up, mate. I mean, you're, a good man, like Stanley Tucci said, with the poke on the chest.
I think you're overestimating how good I am. This is a lot of effort now that you're laying out for me.
Especially that bit where you get, frozen and sent into the far-off future of 2013.
I hate that future.
Yeah, I suppose, that is a bit of a fucker.
Yeah,
sorry, we done a bad there.
And you only get off with Natalie Dormer a little bit, you have a kissy-kissy, and then...
I don't even get with Agent Carter at all.
No. She, chastises you for Natalie Dormer, but then...
You do a bit of a kiss on her niece.
Yeah, that's not creepy.
For a little bit.
That's not creepy at all.
Yeah, would you like that, Chris?
Especially because, the Winter Soldier and the Falcon are watching. That's not off-putting at all.
Well, in that case, it'll be me and Phil.
Yeah, so
that's okay.
Yeah.
That makes everything better, Theo.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Chris.
Nice.
I would have thought, we can, shake hands.
And high five.
Yes, we did it. And then I guess the Red Skull is defeated.
Yeah.
Because you, got off with someone's niece.
Yeah.
But isn't Phil secretly the Red Skull?
Oh.
We're saving that for the sequel.
Okay.
We'll have, a post-credits thing where I look in the mirror and suddenly go, oh my god, I am the Red Skull. And then next movie, next 18 billion.
Yeah.
Sold.
I really want to have a gavel so I can just sort of go bang bang sold.
Sure, you can source that sound effect easy and just edit it in.
Ooh, I work in radio. I know how to move and shake and do all this business stuff.
Oh, you can do that easy.
Yeah.
We don't have the resources of Basingstoke FM.
I suppose maybe this is something that we should bring up. Chris, you are a leviathan in your industry, right?
Oh yeah. Paxman fears me.
I would hope. Is that because you booby trapped his house? Or?
Because I physically intimidate him.
Because you stabbed his wife in the leg with a mechanical pencil.
No, I threatened to do that. I never actually carried that out.
Well, it's you out Paxman.
Just repeat the same question again and again, and then the BBC pay you millions.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Ooh, shade thrown at Paxman.
Jesus Christ. Well, this is part of the reason why I wanted you to be on the podcast, because me and Phil are very much riding off your coattails here. I mean, not only are you Captain America now, but you're also this force in media that me and Phil just can't match. I mean, we're very much the amateurs. I mean, what must your co-workers think of a lowly podcast?
No, you don't register. You don't register.
Exactly. Yeah, we're scum of the fucking earth. We're lower than...
No, because you know what scum is. You recognise scum. They just don't recognise you. You're negligible.
Beneath scum.
You're beneath contempt. You're not worthy of emotion. You don't evoke anything when anyone hears about you. If that makes sense. You know what I mean.
Beneath Contempt may be the title of the episode. But yeah, that put me in my place. Anyway, so the trajectory that you're on, we're going to like leap aboard.
Mm-hmm.
Like we will be part of your entourage at one point, you know, when you become the next big, I don't know radio. I don't media. I listen to the squirrels outside. I don't get a lot of contact. So this isn't my realm.
Are we leading up to your film pitch at any point, or are we just gonna just wander around? Is this getting towards your film pitch? Or
oh, hello! I'm a radio professional. I do slick segues. I actually do content. I don't just ramble around a thing for fucking hours and then
just gotta have my dinner at some point. You said I'll be done by 9.
Oh, what? Oh, that wasn't true.
Fooled you.
That wasn't true. Chris, sorry. No. I'll hit into my film pitch, but 10 at the latest.
Can you do them within about the space of 5 minutes, and then I can go and have my dinner?
What if I said yes?
Then after 5 minutes, I'll walk out the studio and I'll have my dinner.
All right. Yeah. Okay, fine. I'll let you off for this week, Chris. Right, Jesus, shit. Okay, we're a man down, fine. Okay, but to celebrate our inaugural 3-man show, fucking hell. I thought I'd pitch a film that stars 3 main leading actors. And it's a fun family film that all the crazy hijinks this wacky trio gets up to. Ugh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so we have Patrick Fabian, Patrick Stewart, and Patrick Wilson.
The Patricks.
They're twins.
Right?
They're all twins.
They're all 3 of them are a twin.
They're twins.
Okay. I don't see any logistical problems with this.
Yeah, because they're all twins, but with each other. So Patrick Fabian is twins with Patrick Stewart is twins with Patrick Wilson, and Patrick Wilson is twins with Patrick Fabian.
Okay, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
So there's 3 sets of twins, I think.
Can we have a twist where Patrick Warburton turns up?
Well, I mean, I was going to have Patrick Swayze, but he died.
What?
I know, so...
That is brand new information.
Okay, and the title of the film, I'm going to give you the title up front because it's so good. It's going to be called Twins Squared, Triple Brothers.
I don't see any problems with that. That is possibly my favourite film title there has ever been.
Exactly. So, Patrick Fabian, Patrick Stewart, and Patrick Wilson, they all live in a house together, okay? They are inseparable and do everything together. In fact, we'll get Patrick Fabian with the other 2 standing either side of him to stare directly into the camera and say, "We're all brothers, and welcome to our lives." By the way, he's like bug-eyed and red in the face, and like sweat is pouring off of him.
Is he going through some sort of metamorphosis? Is he like Brundle Fabian?
No, that's my normal impression. That's just how he is. Okay, right, and for some reason they're all wearing the same matching all white suits. I don't know, but...
yeah, as twins / triple brothers do.
Yeah, so brothers, 3 of us, you get the idea. So, and we'll have like funny bits where they're all like trying to make breakfast together at the same time. One of them is trying to make waffles while the other is trying to like boil an egg.
Can we have like a hilarious thing where they all want toast, but the toaster only has 2 slots? Because
so
one of them is denied what they want.
Whilst it's going on, Patrick Wilson is just like eating out of the trash.
Okay. That seems like something Patrick Wilson would do. He's got that sort of trash-eating face.
So there's conflict, but it's all good-natured. So we'll get Patrick Stewart will say, "Oh no, Patrick Wilson, you bastard! You whacked off into my breakfast again!"
That's the perfect impression.
And Patrick Wilson will retort with, "How dare you, I don't tolerate any of that cussing shit. All right, I'll smack the Patrick off of you." And that's just an example of like the fun and witty banter that they'll have.
Yeah, definitely witty.
Yeah, but it's all okay because Patrick Fabian will step in and say, "No, brothers, we're all pals here." And eventually they all like put their arms together and do kissing all with tongues out, like sort of like that.
Jesus Christ, I feel sorry for anyone who has to listen to that in headphones.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Oh, why did I buy in-ear headphones?
And then, whilst they're all doing that, right, Patrick Fabian opens up one eye and spies an advert on the back of the special K box. So he extracts himself from the three-way with like a wet slap, like, and says, "What's this? Looks like there's a best twins contest being held today at City Hall." Oh, fucking lovely. Yes, we'd win that one. Fucking right. Sounds like just the kind of thing I'd love to do. While I get older, they stay the same age. Yes, they do. So they all like hold hands and skip off down the street to the best twins competition. So they get there and it's like a huge event. There's a fairground, there's concession stands, a big stage, and a man in a red, white, stripy jacket shouting, roll up, roll up. And this is all for the best twins contest. And it'll be so good. Like, we can get all the famous twins. You know, like all the Hollywood sets of twins will be there, you know.
Like
Bill Pullman and Jeff Daniels.
Oh yeah, they are twins.
Yeah.
Jeff Bridges and Kurt Russell.
Yeah. Daniel Craig and Steve McQueen.
Yeah.
You can get those two. They're good. Ron Perlman and Herman Munster.
Yeah.
Daniel Day-Lewis and Jennifer Connelly.
Definitely twins.
I don't know. Adam Sandler and Bob Dylan. I think they're twins.
Are they twins?
Yeah, I think they're twins. Yeah. That's
okay,
fine.
yeah.
Brad Dourif and a bleached skull. They can do a good thing, you know, that'll be fine. We'll get Jessica Jones and Anne Hathaway.
Oh yeah, surprisingly accurate.
Scarlett Johansson and Christopher Walken.
Yep.
Yeah, they're good.
They look identical.
Yeah. And we'll get the Olsen twins and Gollum.
Those are triple brothers right there.
Triple brothers, yeah. And, shit.
Fucking hell, Chris missed out.
Okay, hold on. And then there'll be Mickey Rourke and a shoe.
Johnny Depp and Rango.
Oh, fucking hell. And Armie Hammer.
Is Armie Hammer just twins?
Armie Hammer, yeah. Armie Hammer is there in the twins competition.
Famously played twins in The Lone Ranger.
No. Yeah, so all of the contestants, they have to perform, like, it's a variety show, it's a talent show to prove that they are the best twins. So, like, we'll get Brad Dourif and the Skull to do, like, a juggling act. Adam Sandler and Bob Dylan will do a duet. Total eclipse of the Adam Sandler.
Nice.
Ron Perlman and Herman Munster will wrestle in a paddling pool full of peanut butter.
I don't see any problems with any of this.
Which is impressive.
One of them might just be come down to City Hall, watch Brad Dourif throw balls at a skull.
Pretty much. Anyway, this is also good. So it's all going on. And then on the hillside, staring at the Patrick twins through some binoculars, it is the evil Gerard Butler come to ruin everyone's day. I'm Gerard Butler, and I'm gonna get them fucking Patrick twins, or my name's not fucking Gerard Butler.
Do you really have to establish that he is evil, Gerard Butler? I thought we'd all just accepted the fact that Gerard Butler is evil.
That's true.
After he made 2 of those fucking Olympus movies.
Oh, really? Oh, God.
And a 3rd one on the way.
Okay, so super evil, really bad person.
Borderline puppy rapist levels of evil.
So Gerard Butler is a twin poacher, and he is there to steal the most highly prized set of twins and deliver them to a mysterious and unnamed benefactor.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's some tension there, a bit of a hint of what's going to come. So he runs up to the Patrick twins and says, "Excuse me, you don't know who I am, but I'd like you to get in this fucking sack." "I don't think so, Gerard Butler." "Oh, knock it off, you pleb. I jack off like 3 times a day." And Gerard Butler says, "Well, tough!" And he throws half a tuna mayo white bread sandwich on the ground. And the 3 twins just jump on it, which triggers the cage that falls down and traps them. And then Gerard Butler just chains the cage to the back of a flatbed truck and drives off. And they get taken off to the mysterious island of Hull, where they meet the mysterious benefactor, the figure behind their capture. And can you guess who it is?
Is it Ian McKellen?
Nearly. It turns out to be Patrick Fabian.
Oh my god.
Whoa, how's that for an M. Night Shyamalan's twist right there?
Shyamalan, I think.
Shyamalan. It's not funny, why am I laughing? Anyway, so then he's like, "That's right, I'm the 4th brother. We were separated at birth, but we're all together. Twins at last. And now, after 1,000 years, I'm free. Time to conquer Earth." And as he steps off his throne, he was on a throne, a chandelier falls on his head.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Yeah, and he's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Just smushed.
No, shards like pierced his throat.
Okay.
And like blood all like bubbles out of his mouth, like, "Killed me."
Are they making out again?
Yeah, they're making out.
It sounded like you're making out noises.
And then his robes catch fire and like sear his flesh. He's like, And then, like, the other twins just, like, push a gargoyle on his head. And you hear, like, breaking bone, like, shattering the head, just, like, buckling under the force of the stone thing that's pushed onto his head. And, like, splats his brains out. And you just see all these, like, fragments of skull just splintering all over the place. It's a PG film.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Got to go for that, like, head-smashing PG rating.
Oh, yeah. So, splat, chandelier falls on his head. Oh, fuck, I'm dead. And they learn a lesson about being twins or something.
Nice.
So, at the end of the film, because we're coming to the end.
Is the lesson, we are all twins?
Yeah.
We are all twins, definitely, and that's fine.
Because there was a fourth twin, but he died.
Yeah.
So, that proves it.
Are they less twins now?
No, they're more twins than ever before, I think.
Okay. Is that the title of the sequel? More twins than ever before?
Oh, maybe, because this is definitely getting a sequel.
Yeah.
So, they escape, and just in time to make it back for the big best twins off competition. Billy Zane will be there, right? And he's the judge. So then he's like, hello, I'm the best judge that judged the competition, and no mistake. The award for being the best twin shall go to the evil twins. And then they lose to Thomas Jane and Christopher Lambert.
Yeah.
With a bit of Aaron Eckhart in there, maybe.
Can I just ask a question about Billy Zane?
Yeah.
Is he there with his twin Arnold Vosloo? I can hear quiet Googling.
Yeah. That was actually pretty quick. Oh, has he done anything?
Who, Arnold Vosloo or Billy Zane?
Yeah, other than...
Either way, the answer is no.
That's fucking brilliant. I searched for him. The third result is Billy Zane.
Oh yeah, I think a lot of people are confusing Arnold Vosloo and Billy Zane on the internet, because one of the results that's come up for me is Titanic, and that was definitely Billy Zane.
Anyway, what did you think of the film? I thought it was pretty good.
I liked it. I liked the fact that there were so many twins in it.
Yeah, they're all twins.
You know, sometimes if you see a film and it has something in the title, and the title is like, you know, those films where the title is just abstract, doesn't really relate to anything.
Like it'd be called The Concept, or Happening, or something.
Yeah.
Or Knowing.
Yeah, you go and you watch it and you go, why is it even called that?
Yeah.
What is that all about? But this one, you see twins, squared, triple brothers, and you go and watch it, and there's a lot of triple brothers in it. So you're like, yeah, I like that.
So you sort of preferred it if in The Happening, Will Smith was in the film, and he sort of like at one point got a line that just says, "So what? Was supposed to be some kind of The Happening?"
Yeah, I would prefer that a lot.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll get him in the film. I don't know if he's got a twin. We'll get him and his son in. That's close enough. And then he'll say, "Oh, what? We're supposed to be some kind of twin squared : triple brothers?"
Yeah.
Question mark.
Yes, please. That is my studio note. Put Will Smith and his son in it, saying we are twins : triple brothers.
I thought it was a good film. I thought it
no, I liked it. I didn't say anything negative, did I?
Yeah, I was expecting Chris to not like it. And
well,
I can't believe he left for the inaugural 3-man show. I had something planned to end it with him. Oh, this is just disappointing.
Oh, Chris ruined the podcast.
Well, I think the bits he was in, he improved it, but I can't believe I pitched a film that's about 3, mismatched but similar good friends, compadres, and the adventures they got up to, and he wasn't here for it.
How do we end this now?
I had a thing. I was going to present him with an award
for being good boy on the podcast.
Being a good boy, and he doesn't get his good boy award. This is the dark days.
This is the disappointing podcast.
I can't believe we used to do a whole podcast just the two of us.
I know, and now we're just struggling for ideas.
I'm reeling.
Is this what kids feel like when their dad goes out to get cigarettes and then never comes back?
I was thinking of it more from the parents' perspective of why don't we play a board game, Jimmy? And then Jimmy's like, no, I'm off having sex down the playground.
Yeah.
He's with other of like age.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's not, a wrong un.
The wrong sort.
Well, I mean, he's not great what he's up to, but...
Sweet Jesus, none of this is usable.
Not really. Well, there's the odd word.
We had that good bit about Billy Zane and Arnold Vosloo.
Yeah, that was good. I like that bit. Let's big ourselves up at the end.
Yeah, well done us. We're brilliant at thinking up celebrities who could be twins.
Have you got any more that you can just crack out? I could edit them in.
What about Jessica Chastain and Bryce Dallas Howard?
Oh, that's a good
brilliant.
one.
Totally
yeah.
off the top of my head.
This episode of Quality Irrelevant was brought to you by Fracture. The holiday season is just around the corner and you still haven't managed to get the perfect gift for that hard-to-please family member, friend or co-worker. Well, look no further, Fracture has got you covered. For a small one-time fee, we will send one of our highly trained goons to a location of your choosing to give the recipient a gift they surely won't forget. That's right, why not shatter the kneecaps of that pesky co-worker, snap the shin of that annoying friend, or break the face of that family member who just won't give you the love you deserve. Our eager and incredibly violent hired thugs will gleefully jump up and down on the cheekbones of your chosen target to give them a gift that keeps on giving. Go on, you know you're curious. Have your neighbor's spine splintered for Christmas. Why not? He's fucking asking for it. Did you see that way he looked at your daughter? You're doing him a favor before someone unskilled in the art of fracturing bones and cartilage does him one for free. Get his elbows cracked inwards. Enjoy the sounds of smashed skull fragments crunching under a size 12 boot. Crunchy, squishy brain matter. Blood and sinew splatting against shards of ribcage. Go to fracture.com and use the offer code I really shouldn't be allowed to smear the good name of actual companies to get your first hit for free. Thanks to Fracture for supporting the show.
Well, I know someone that I'm going to be sending a little gift. He's gone for his dinner, but, you know.
Oh shit, that was meant to be for break every fucking bone in the world as a fuck you to everyone with a functioning skeleton.com.
I always get those two mixed up.
I know, so similar a service. Fuck. Oh well, but you're right. I think Chris is going to have a little present this year.
Yes, Merry Christmas, Chris.
What a shambles.